Welcome to a special off-road mini-sode of the Scream Queens Horror Movie Road Trip Podcast!
Yeah! We're here! Happy summertime, Scream Queeners out there.
Yes, this is our third off-road mini-sode in time for summer. And you guys, we've been celebrating Halloween all summer. I mean, Halloween is life. We celebrated 365, 52 weeks a year. But we've especially been celebrating this summer.
Yes.
And we wanted to tell you guys about it. So, listen up.
We've been going around, and we've been in our area of Oklahoma and Texas trying to find kind of any and all horror-related things that we could submerge ourselves in. And we found two awesome cons that we want to talk to you guys about today. We actually just wrapped up one.
Yeah, it's been a really good July. Like, starting with last week, we went to the Nightfall Haunted Territories Horror Con in Oklahoma City, and it was Oklahoma City's first horror convention.
It was so much fun. We, on top of all the things that we're going to talk about that we got to do there, the main pull for us, guys, as you know, is and always will be Miss Baby Sweet Angel Face Child Honey Girlfriend Felissa Rose. Melissa, Baby Sweet Angel. I love you so much. We had a moment.
She's our guardian angel. She is the love of our life. She's our best friend, our soulmate.
She is.
Our daughter, our mother.
She's your sister.
Our
She's
sister.
your daughter. She's your sister.
We fucking love her. And
yes.
it was our third time we've seen her in just a few short months. We saw her at Frightmare, as you guys remember. And then if you remember our last mini-sode, remember, we did, I just realized I was saying remember, like a whole lot. But remember last episode where we came down to Texas and saw Melissa at the screening for Sleepaway Camp? Well, we got to see her in Oklahoma City in our own home and on our turf.
On our terms.
Okay, she didn't actually come to our home, but she was in our home state.
She was on our turf, on our terms. It was awesome. It was amazing. So we want to kind of run down what the Nightfall Haunted Territory Horror Con was. So in case you are in the area next summer in Oklahoma City and you're like, hey, let me look up and see when that horror con's going to happen. Let's see what they're doing. We want to let you know that it was a lot of fun. We had a blast.
Yeah, and it seems like a convention that's really going to grow. It was kind of small this year. It took up just one building at the State Fair in Oklahoma City. The Centennial Building, to be precise. And I think next year there's room to grow. It was a really fun con. It was small. It wasn't like Texas Frightmare where that's just overwhelming and so much to see in 3 days. This was a one-day convention. There was maybe, 8 celebrities? You want to tell them some of the people that were there?
Oh my God, I'd love to list off that Rolodex.
Other than Melissa.
Yeah, obviously, we had our baby girl from Sleepaway Camp, Felissa Rose, but we also had some much loved on Eddie Furlong.
Yeah, we got to see Eddie Furlong. I had him sign my pecker.
How about you?
Okay, he signed my
elaborate.
DVD of the movie Pecker.
Yes.
But I mean, he could sign my pecker.
He
if
could.
He wants
Yeah,
to.
he was very nice, sweet, kind of shyish. You could tell maybe he was like a little reserved.
Yeah, we had like gabbed and talked with Felissa Rose for 15 minutes. She was so wonderful.
At least 15 minutes. I told her when we were leaving, I will remember to bring her a Sonic breakfast burrito.
Yeah, she loves Sonic. She was eating breakfast burrito and thought it was amazing. They were like, girl, we will hook you up with them burritos.
I will bring her a burrito, a Sonic breakfast burrito, every fucking Frightmare if she'll be there.
Yeah, so she'll just love us.
She'll just come moving.
So then we went and saw Edward. So to compare the two, he was still great, but Felissa's just so warm and welcoming and loving. It was just a different experience. He was nice. He talked. I asked him what it was like working John Waters. He's like, I love John Waters. And he talked for a few minutes. But
he asked us if we'd seen some John Waters movies, which was nice. He did try to create
engage with us. So it was cool. And then
awesome.
We saw Lilo Brancato Jr. from Bronx Tale and Renaissance Man and The Sopranos. Which is funny that he was there because he's really only done one really low budget horror movie. but
Hey,
whatever.
horror is horror.
Horror. And then we saw
Ari Lehman. I mean, let's go.
Ari Lehman, who was the first Jason, you know, the one that jumps out of the water in
Yep.
Friday the 13th at the very end and startles the
He's
fuck out of everyone.
Figure Jason, as I like to refer to him.
Baby
Lovingly,
disfigured.
Baby disfigured.
Yeah.
We had Edwin Neal and John Dugan or Duggan. They're from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Edwin is the hitchhiker, and then Duggan is the grandpa.
Both
which
fucking scary people.
yes, like, oh my gosh, the scariest parts of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my gosh,
to
that
me.
scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre where they're just in the van and he's cutting his hand.
Oh my god.
He has freaked me out for more than 20 years,
Yeah.
so it was kind of surreal for him to be in the same building. We didn't pay or go to his booth, but we saw him from a distance.
Yeah, and Grandpa, I mean, I'm sorry, but like if you're like some octogenarian plus that's at some crazy geriatric that's out to bash my head in, and really all you need is to be able to pick up a mallet, I'm
do it.
frightened!
I mean, if you have that in you and you just want to do it, then
Grandpa
do it.
Killer, Psycho Killer.
But, and then there was, what's his name, Duke, or from House of a Thousand
Robert
Corpses.
Mukes
Robert Mukes. I said
Yes.
Dukes. Mukes. Muke and Duke.
from House of a Thousand
Yeah,
Corpses.
he's a big guy.
super tall.
Big and brawny.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Long
there.
ass hair.
He was sitting next to Felissa, and they were like flirting and stuff.
Oh, stop it. Just because two people of the opposite sex are having conversation and are laughing does not mean that they're flirting.
Well,
I mean, she did
it
have her
doesn't-
tits out, and
it
he
doesn't
did have
not mean they were flirting either.
Oh, you didn't let me
Oh,
finish.
she had her
like,
tits
she had her
out.
tits out, and he definitely was like half chub, but...
Yeah. I mean, his dick was out, her tits were out, but they
But
weren't flirting.
I'm not sitting here making
No.
assumptions.
We're just making shit up. Felissa is a baby angel.
No, I know. Other than the fact that I want to see her tits
Yeah.
out. Like, she's amazing.
So we got to see some celebs.
See some celebs.
I think there was maybe 7 or 8 on their guest list, but they had a lot of other things. They had an actual like indoor haunt that you could walk through, and it
Yes.
was cute. I mean,
It was fun, and every room was kind of a classic horror villain.
themed for a horror movie.
So it's nice to go around the corner and then be like, oh, Ghostface Killer. Or,
and
you
it was
know,
free. It was part of the con, so that was really fun. And
both of these cons, guys, $15 that we're going to talk
Mhm.
about. Both general admission tickets were $15.
we're compared to like something like Frightmare, which is like $250 for your weekend VIP or whatever. So it definitely, both cons that we're talking about were a lot smaller, but they were fun. It was still like a little dose of spookiness that we need to get us through until October.
Yeah,
you know?
there was lots of horror merch, lots of, fun t-shirts that are representing movies, or just something that says you're a horror fan, which is nice. I mean, I'm trying to find some shirts that are not black. That's my next.
We both have decided, like we have so many horror shirts, but they're all black. We need some color in our wardrobe.
A little bit of mixed
Still
up.
horror shirts, but like, do they come in any color but black?
Is there? I mean, we've run into a few, but
I mean, we're
there's
horror fans. We live the
sparse.
horror life, but we're not really goth or.
No, my aesthetic is
We're
just...
not on the goth spectrum at all. We're not like techno goths or arty goths or there's a whole spectrum of goths. And
We're
they're
not on
not
that.
really on there, but
Yeah.
we love them. We
I just
appreciate
like movie
them.
shirts and stuff. So yeah, there's me in
We
a
got to play-
nutshell.
We also got to play putt-putt golf.
What? Putt putt.
What? Putt-putt.
Oh my
And
gosh.
my butt.
And the putt putt golf was also all themed, and so it was.
It was
What was
cute.
it? Maybe 9. It was. I think it was 9 different themed little putt putts that you
Yeah.
went through.
9 holes.
At first, Josh was trying to like count.
She wouldn't
Like
let
it
me keep
mattered.
score.
I was like, oh really?
She would not let me keep score.
Oh, so we're counting points, besties? And he was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm about to beat your ass.
I'm like, life is a competition, bitch.
Always and forever.
Survival of the
amen.
fittest.
We saw, like we mentioned, a lot of horror merch. I bought me some awesome Reagan Exorcist socks that, as maybe we've mentioned before, that's my #1 horror movie. So to find some nice socks to wear whenever it gets a little cheery outside was awesome. Josh, you got some
I got
socks
some
as well.
Friday the 13th socks. I
Mhm,
love
we-
them. I love a good pair of socks.
And I'm trying to think what else. Oh, we took some. They had a really fun kind of themed Stranger Things
Picture.
photo op setup that you could go and take your. So we did that.
We held on to our box of Egos and took a picture under
Lego
some...
my ego, no ho. Yeah, we posted all of these pictures and the stories. They're all on our Instagram, so go check them out, guys. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. We also got to see Christine, the actual car, and we got to take pictures inside. Apparently, someone had recently bought it, a man in Texas, and he doesn't mind. He was there. He was letting people in. He was actually like taking photos for us. Both
So
of us
nice.
got to get in together and take pictures. It was really cool.
So you've been inside
I've
Christine,
been
Josh?
inside Christine.
That's awesome. And we looked this up.
If you want,
Shit.
go back.
Is it
Episode 25,
Okay.
I believe. If
Okay.
you want to hear our Christine episode.
Yeah.
We had a little full circle moment. We got to get in Christine. It was
We
neat.
got in Christine.
The
we
Ghost
talked
Mobile
about
from
Christine.
Ghostbusters was there.
Yes.
It was pretty cool for like a small one-day con. It was a lot of fun. We stayed there, 3-4 hours maybe?
Yeah,
doing
at least.
stuff.
Yeah, we were boogieing around.
So unlike, some of the bigger cons where, there wasn't a hotel to stay in.
Yeah.
They did have a few beers you could buy. There wasn't bar, but like I said, there's room for it to grow. I hope next year there's even more guests that come. Maybe they branch out and have 2 buildings next year. Because at the State Fair in Oklahoma, there's a lot of little buildings they can utilize. And they just did one for the first year. And like I said, I'm
But
not
they filled it
griping,
up.
but yeah, it was filled full of merch and whatnot. They could have used more t-shirts at this one. I always love looking at horror shirts, and there was only one booth with shirts. There was a lot of other merch and stuff, but yeah, so that was the Nightfall Haunted Territory convention.
Awesome. Okay, well now we're gonna go down south about 180 miles.
A week later, here we are. We're
Here
down
we
in
are.
Texas right now, guys. We're just sitting in the parking lot at the Alamo Draft House.
And we will come to why we decided to pick the Alamo Draft. That's a little full circle for us since we started this.
If you've noticed, the theme of this mini-sode is full circle. We've said that a lot.
Okay, well, we'll start with, we went to the Texas Haunters Convention in Mesquite, Texas. So it's a hop, skip, and a jump from Richardson, Texas, which is where the Alamo is. We drove 3 hours from Oklahoma to go to it, ate at a wonderful Tex-Mex restaurant called
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex.
The biggest enchiladas I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, guys, I ate some amazing chicken fajitas. That's my jam.
If you know us, we love some Mexican food. Some Tex-Mex, some regular, authentic Mexican food. Give it to us.
Yeah,
we love
and
it.
it's something we'll cheat on. You guys know.
We're trying to work on our beach bodies year-round.
I know. We're trying to always have that next season body, so we can only eat at the Mexi restaurants.
I gotta get my Halloween body ready so I can wear my slutty kitten
Yep.
outfit.
Yes.
Or my slutty ghost or slutty nurse.
Or
You guys
nurse.
tell me, what do you want
What
to see
slutty-
Soul Survivor, Mr. Josh dressed slutty as?
Yeah, like what slutty version of something do you want to see us dressed as? Because
No,
that's
not
what
us,
Halloween.
just me. They only want to see me.
That's
dressed
true,
slutty.
yeah.
I mean, I bring the boys to the yard.
Really fucking true. No player hating here. Okay,
But
so
there is a big difference between a haunters convention and a horror convention. They both have a lot of similarities, but it's not an emphasis on guests. They had a few, like an author and one guy who's played Pinhead in the latest Hellraiser movies, so not Doug Bradley, the genius.
not our baby Douglas.
But it's more focused on merchandise and
Things related to a
costuming and
haunted
makeup,
house.
things you would need to put on a haunted house or a haunt.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was full of all kinds of things, like all kinds of latex masks you could want. They had even just like stilts. They had demos of hydraulic systems. All kinds of things like I said, you might need to put on a haunt.
There were also like big vendors there selling costumes, for more things that were going to be themed,
Justine would not let me get this leather kill.
What I love is how I'm always holding you back.
She just doesn't want me.
I didn't say actually anything about him getting it one way or the other, guys. I made a comment. I was like, look at this leather kilt.
She let me know right away she wasn't feeling it and that she would laugh at me if I wore it. But she wasn't going to let me feel sexy with no underwear on and my leather kilt. She wasn't gonna do it.
I thought you would look great. I just was immediately thinking about how it's like 100 degrees outside, and he wants like a leather.
You're just worried it's gonna bring out my inner slut.
I mean, you're slutty as all can be.
Yeah.
So there's
My
not
inner,
real. There's
outer.
no inner outer slut. You just a slut, guys. He is a
No,
slut.
your soul survivor is a soul survivor for a reason. Because
Yeah,
I don't have sex. I survive. I don't do drugs. I don't have sex. I don't
He
say,
has his purity
I'll
ring
be
on
right
now.
back. I don't do any of that.
He wears his purity ring.
I
got
wear
his-
my purity cock ring. Okay?
Oh my god. We even saw like also some fun horror merch, clothing and stuff. These
There were
jackets.
actually some vendors that were really cool there that had their own, I guess, individual.
Yeah, they're creating more
designs,
from
yeah.
more from themselves, and they are inspired by movies, but they are it's kind of like horror fan art, but they're putting it on more than just, it's not just like a sketch, it's on clothing, or on a wallet, or for God's sakes, there was keychains. I mean, there was everything there.
Yeah, they had all kinds of things. I won a keychain.
You did.
And I won a frisbee. You won a koozie.
I did. I won a koozie.
A couple of the booths had things like spin this and see what you'll win.
See what you'll win, bitch. Oh my gosh, at one booth they were selling human bones, guys.
Yeah, they had real human bones for sale.
Not lying, not at all. And it wasn't just like a tooth, guys, fuck that. No, it was legit like femur bones.
And then weirdly they were asking people, they were saying, hey, will you come behind this door with us? And
yeah, I
we were
thought I was gonna
noticing
lose
people.
you.
We noticed people were going behind this door and then never coming back out. And then all of a sudden they were bringing new stacks
The
of bones
crowd
out.
was
and we're
kinda
like,
just-
holy shit, Justine! They're murdering people and taking their bones out right in front of us.
And it's us that's
Let's
figuring
get
it
out
out.
of here. Okay, that didn't happen. I don't want you guys calling the authorities, but we wish it would have happened in a way.
Who believed it?
Like-
Raise your hand if you had.
Yeah, it would have brought just more excitement to our exciting day.
It was fun. Okay, but do you think it's time yet to mention
The best
part
part
of it?
We had a blast doing something we hadn't done before. It's not even that big a deal. When we say it, you guys are going to be like, well, that's nothing. We've done that before. But it was fun, and we had fun. We did virtual reality today.
Yes, thank you,
We
Texas Haunters
are
Convention.
VR, virtual, free, virtual reality.
Whoop,
What was?
whoop.
Do you remember that show, VR Troopers, back in the 90s?
I-
I think I just butchered the theme song.
yeah, I'm
That's
like,
what I was singing.
when you were saying it, I was kind of like, do I recall this or not?
It came on
like,
with Power Rangers. Like, I think Power
Oh,
Rangers came on, and
yeah.
then there was VR Troopers. And
Yes!
It was like, we are VR Troopers, tree, virtual reality.
Yes, oh yes.
Anyways, I
Okay.
digress.
Wow. Okay, so Texas Haunters Convention, you brought it. We got the VR, but not just VR, guys. It was all haunted based.
Horror-themed
So we went
VR.
on an individual walk. So how it's all set up is there's this booth, and then you see this very empty, like 12 foot by 12 foot space, and they're like, "Don't walk in this."
Yeah.
And you get to put your headset on, and then you get to walk at this like starting point in the big area that they have marked out. They put your headset on, and then there you are. You're in it.
And you
you're in
feel
the
like
house.
you're in a house. Like, I've never done virtual reality before. And there were times I was going to steady myself on the wall, and I was like, oh, yeah, there's nothing there. Like, you really feel like you're in an environment, an
I loved
enclosed
it.
environment. And it was scary. They had things popping out and jumping. Like, Justine, we have some videos of her, like, screaming. And then she had, like, these cosplay little girls scaring her. And
Yeah, they must have, I guess, seen that I was going through it, and then just decided like,
to fuck with you,
well, what
basically.
happened was the first time it happened, I, in my virtual reality, was seeing an individual in a room, and it ran past me. So I thought that touched me, and I didn't think like, oh wait, it's virtual reality, like they can't touch you. I just like
Yeah.
felt a touch and was like, whatever. But then like another touch happened and another one, and I was like, no wait, that's not what virtual reality is. So there were like girls, these little cosplay girls, touching me, scaring me while I was going through my heart.
They were running through that 12 by 12 foot square that they weren't supposed to be in, scaring her, but it was funny.
It did add
We both
to it.
did it, and then we went and did this thing called it was a virtual reality haunted hayride, and you sat in these seats that like moved around like you were in like on a hayride.
Yeah, they had you sitting on what, you see people pulling in parades, those trailers that'll have haystacks and stuff. You were sitting in an individual seat that was made out of that same material. So it really did make you feel like you were on like a haunted hayride.
Things were jumping out. There was big demons and witches, all kinds of things. It looked like you were going through like a forest.
Really
it was
grotesque.
Really neat. It was so much fun.
It was really cool,
and it was $5.
it.
It was $5 for the haunted hayride, $5 for the haunted house. We could have done more. There was like a zombie shootout one you could do. I don't know why we didn't do it. I felt like he talked us out of it. He's like, that one's more for kids.
He did say it was one more for kids.
But then there were adults doing it too, so I was like, oh, I guess he didn't want our... No, I think he just thought we would enjoy the hayride better at the time.
And they enjoyed the hell out of scaring me. When I when I took my headset off, I looked at all of you guys and you were just having a fit. Like, everybody thought it was so funny.
Well, you were screaming. Like, she was...
Okay, because in my virtual reality, there's also somebody who drops, like, commits suicide and drops from, like, a ceiling. I got scared.
She got really scared.
Don't you judge me for my virtual reactions.
She had a virtual reaction in virtual reality.
I had a virtual and a visceral reaction, guys. Oh my goodness, so much fun. And then kind of to wrap it up, we did the kids horror costume contest and rooted them all on because we're teachers at heart.
Yeah, so we were clapping like, you go kids!
We couldn't help it. We were like, oh, the kids need to be celebrated.
It was like little Michael Myers. Some of them were like, I was like, you go, you rock. Like 9-year-olds with like blood all over them. We're like, yeah, hell yeah.
The little Michael Myers boy was like totally doing the head tilt.
Like, he was in character. He's like, and he didn't win. He didn't even get
third. He got third place.
Michael Myers got third place?
Yeah, he got third place.
No, I thought Minnie, like Honey, I Shrunk the Zombie got third place.
Oh, okay, maybe he did. There were so many good ones.
Yeah, they were good. There was like even a little baby mermaid siren. That was cute.
So cute. She was like 2 years old. Her mom was like propping her up. She had this like mermaid tail, but obviously she was a siren, so she was like an all Sasha Fierce and stuff. Like, she looked so cute. She was like fishing her on like in the ocean, but like in her hands. Cute. It was so cute, of course. But the winner ended up being this kind of like child bride that acted like she Mr. Meds a whole bunch and was screaming and like stabbing the air.
She's like a famous 8-year-old horror cosplayer. Like, she was
in this area.
She had her own booth, and then of course she won the contest. It was a little rigged.
It might have. I mean, we don't know that. You can't say that.
They fucking rigged the game.
She was good. I mean, she was walking around. She scared us when we were walking around too. Like, I just didn't realize she was going to be in the competition because it was like, girl, you got a booth.
We bought some pins. I got an Ash from Evil Dead pin and a Jaws pin to add with my pin collection. He
got some pins in his collection.
So it was a fun day of really July of just doing horror themed things. It's more rare to do that kind of stuff in the summer. Most people save it for, October, obviously.
Yeah.
Or the fall. Or
we're almost counting down to the burrs by celebrating Halloween in
July.
Summer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been us. So we decided after the con wrapped up to hop over to the Alamo Draft House and grab a couple drinks.
Yeah, it was like maybe 5 minutes out of our way to hit up the Alamo. We were like, let's go get a drink somewhere. And then I brought up, well, why don't we hit up the Alamo? And we're like, yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. So we did. We had
same Alamo where we saw Felissa Rose
had a mixed
drink.
Then we had a beer because the Draft House is obviously known for being a draft house.
Yeah, we had some Palomas, and then I had, it was called Chosen One. It was like a coconut beer. It was really good and light.
I had a mango something beer, IPA. I forget.
They
they always try to like have all those fancy, and they're like, Mango Crush IPA. We tasted each other's beers, and we tasted each other's beers, and I'll never forget.
I thought you were going to say butt, so I was like, that was a long time ago. We said we would never talk about it.
But FYI, we both taste good. Oh, gross! I just grossed myself out with that. Okay, so, wow. Okay, thank you guys for helping celebrate Summer of Horror with us.
And we'll be back soon with a full episode. We're really trying to keep up these mini-sodes, maybe do one a season. So here is our summer off-road mini-sode.
Here it is. And we will obviously be back
Yeah, we're
to
just-
give you a regular
Yep.
episode, but
We're hanging out in the parking lot of the Draft House right now. That's the fun thing about the off-road minisodes is I don't have to drive while we record. We just sit in the car. We're still in our sound booth,
We're in
and we
it.
just record real quick and
We're
tell you
even
what we're
in
up
the
to.
actual sound booth.
So I hope you enjoy. Check us out on ScreenQueensPodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Make sure, please, that you are reviewing us and giving us that great 5-star rating on whatever format you are listening to us on. It really helps us out.
we really appreciate all the love. Always reach out. Always give us ideas. We love conversation.
Yeah, if you ever have an idea of a movie road trip combo, let us know. We're always, we've got to do at least 12 road trips a year with a movie, so let us know what you want to see, what you want to hear. If there's a really cool place. And it doesn't even have to be in Oklahoma
No,
or
not
near
at
Oklahoma.
all.
We road trip all over, but if it's somewhere in that vicinity, even better. We can probably squeeze it in somehow.
Yeah.
So let us know of your ideas. We'd love to hear them. Love you guys.
Thank you. This is your soul survivor and your final girl
Signing off.
signing off. Bye.